So we're almost there. The Destiny beta is just a few days away, and recently I've been seeing a lot of questions like, how do I get my code? Why isn't this working or that working? So I decided to put together this video to clear up any confusion and provide all the details about the beta. If by the end of this video you still have any unanswered questions about the beta, then be sure to leave your question down in the comments of this video. I'll be answering all questions. So to start, what is the Destiny beta? The Destiny beta is just a small test sample of the full game, kind of like a demo. It gives players an idea of what to expect from the full game, and it also allows developers to collect information and feedback on the game so that they can fix any bugs and make improvements before the full game launches on September 9th. So how do I get into the beta? To get into the Destiny beta, you must pre-order a copy of Destiny. You can do so either online or in store. When you pre-order your copy of Destiny, you'll receive a 3x3 code. However, only certain retailers grant you beta access. If you want to find out where you can get a beta code in your country, you can visit destinythegame.com/where to buy, and you'll be brought to this page. Here you can select the platform you wish to play on, your region, which edition of the game you want to pre-order, and the retailer you want to pre-order from. So for example, I want to play on the PlayStation 4, so I select that as my platform. I live in England, so I select the United Kingdom as my region. And let's say I want to pre-order the standard edition of the game. As you can see, there are 5 pre-order options to select, but you can only get beta access by pre-ordering either the standard, limited, ghost or digital edition. I'm not going to cover the different editions of Destiny in this video. Instead, I have a separate video on my channel explaining what content comes with each edition of the game, so there'll be a link in the description below which will take you to that video. One thing to keep in mind is that if you pre-order the digital edition from the PSN store, you'll actually be able to preload the beta. If you're not familiar with preloading games, it basically means that you can download the beta now, but you won't be able to play it until it's unlocked on the release date. The advantage of preloading is that as soon as the beta is available, you'll be able to start playing immediately without having to wait for it to download. Unfortunately, this feature is not available on the Xbox One. So before I hit the pre-order button, I need to select a retailer. As I said earlier, only certain retailers grant beta access. If you want to know which retailers grant beta access, look for the beta symbol that appears next to them. So in the UK, I can get beta access through Amazon, Game, GameStop and the PSN store. After you've made your choices, hit pre-order and it'll take you to a web page with the edition of Destiny you selected and the retailer you chose to pre-order from. Now Bungie often give away codes through their social media accounts like Twitter and Facebook. Plus lots of other people in the community besides Bungie themselves will be giving away beta codes. So if you're lucky enough, you could get a beta code through a giveaway, although the only way to absolutely guarantee a spot in the beta is to pre-order. Remember though, one beta code per Xbox Live or PSN profile, so if you plan on playing just one platform, then you'll only need one beta code, but if let's say you want to play the beta on both the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One just like me, you'll need 2 beta codes. As you would have noticed from the pre-order page, the Destiny beta will be available on all 4 platforms, the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. So where do I redeem my beta code? Once you have your code, go to bungie.net/beta and enter your 9-digit code. You must have a bungie.net profile and an Xbox Live or PlayStation Network account connected to do this. Once you've done this, go to your bungie.net profile page and head to the redeemed code section. Here you'll see a drop menu which lists all 4 platforms and the different regions. Select which console you want to play the beta on and your region. I want to play on the PS4 and I live in Europe, so I select that option. For PlayStation, it only lists America and Europe as regions. If you live in America or Europe, you'd obviously select one of these 2 regions. However, if you don't live in either of these 2 regions, Bungie have stated that you should still select Europe, even if you don't actually live there. So let's say you live in somewhere like Australia, you still select Europe. After hitting go, you'll soon receive an email containing a beta code for your selected platform. For Xbox, the code should look like this, and a PlayStation beta code should look like this. Now you'll actually receive 3 beta codes in your email, 1 for you and 2 so you can invite your friends and form a fire team in game. When does the beta begin and end? For PlayStation users, the beta begins on July 17th. For Xbox users, the beta begins on July 23rd, 6 days after PlayStation. The beta will end on July 27th for both consoles. This applies to both old gen and next gen consoles. How much hard drive space will the beta require? The beta on PS4 will require 14.3GB of space, whereas the beta on Xbox One will require 12.63GB of space. What will the Destiny beta include in terms of in-game content? During the beta, you'll get to experience a small variety of game modes and visit a few locations. Some of the content that's going to be in the beta was already playable in the Destiny First Look Alpha, so for those who didn't get into the Alpha, you're not missing anything. You'll get to play everything that was in the Alpha, plus much more. The first game mode is called Explore. In this game mode, you'll get to freely explore Old Russia without limitations, participate in randomly occurring public events, discover hidden loot crates around the map, go for a Sunday drive on your Sparrow, and take on missions for the Vanguard and factions. I have videos on my channel from the Destiny Alpha, so if you want to see what a public event or exploration is like, then click on the annotations on screen now and you'll be taken to those videos. There'll also be 4 story chapters for players to complete, one of which was in the Alpha, called The Dark Within. They're called story missions, but you won't have to worry about spoilers as they're most likely to be only small missions, since this is just the beta. You'll also experience what it's like to go into a strike with a fire team and take on bosses first hand. To get an idea of what these missions will be like, click these annotations. But before all that, the first step you must take in becoming Legend is to create your own Guardian with Destiny's extensive character customization system. This annotation will take you to another Alpha video in which I spend 20 minutes looking through every customization option. You'll also get to battle it out against other players in the Crucible, Destiny's competitive multiplayer. There'll be one game mode, Control, and 4 maps available to play in the Crucible. Control is essentially domination. Placed on the map will be 3 flags, and both teams must fight for control over them. The more flags your team holds, the more points you earn. First to 20,000 points wins. The 4 maps that will be available in the Crucible are Rusted Lands, which is set on Earth, and First Light, which is set on the Moon, both of which were in the Destiny Alpha. The 2 new maps are Shores of Time, which is set on Venus, and Blandwatch, set on Mars. If you want an advantage over your enemies when you step into these maps for the first time, then IGN has posted gameplay and a full tour of all 4 maps, so if you want you can check those out. IGN have also posted a video giving us our first proper look at the Destiny Mobile Companion app, which will actually be available to download during the beta. The Companion app will also allow you to view a 3D render of all your characters, make changes to your character's armour and weapons which will instantly be reflected in-game, as well as delve deeper into Destiny's lore with Grimoire cards, and much more. The app will be available on iOS, Android and the web when the beta hits. Unfortunately for Windows Phone users, Bungie says that they have no plans for a Windows Phone version of the app. For the full walkthrough of the app, click this annotation. And lastly, after completing a mission, exploring Old Russia or a session in the Crucible, you can head back to your Guardian's home, the Tower, where there's a variety of things to do, such as purchase new weapons, personal ships or sparrows, decrypt engrams, accept bounties, pick out some sweet shaders, visit the different factions, have a dance party, chill out and overlook the city as you bask in the Traveller's Light, meet up with friends or make some new ones, gear up, set out on your next adventure, and much more. For a full tour of the tower and details on all the vendors, click this annotation. So to sum it all up, we'll get to explore Old Russia, although some areas may or may not be blocked off depending on how generous Bungie are. There'll be 4 story chapters, 1 strike, you'll be able to customise your own Guardian, visit the tower, and there'll be 4 maps and 1 game mode available in the Crucible. Now in the Destiny Alpha, the level cap was level 8, but we don't know about the beta's level cap. It could be level 8 or it might be higher. It seems like it's going to be higher in the beta, but we don't know for certain just yet. We'll find out soon. Plus, if you play the beta on July 26th, you'll receive a beta exclusive emblem that won't be available in the final game. You don't have to do anything special, just make sure you play the beta on July 26th and you'll receive your emblem. It'll be a piece of history and it'll make you stand out as one of those who were there in the beta. So make sure you're there on that date. So that's about everything you need to know and what to expect during the Destiny beta. If you still have any questions about the beta, then leave it in the comments. I'll be answering all questions about the beta. Now I've one last announcement. I was fortunate enough to have been invited by Activision to get early access to the beta, so on July 16th I'm going to be heading down to London to meet with Activision and other members from the community such as Alan aka More Console, By from Reachforged Network, Fraser from Destination and much more, and we're going to be able to play the Destiny beta for the day, so stay tuned to my channel I plan to play the Destiny beta every single hour of the day for the time that it's open, and I'll be pumping out tons of videos for you guys. So thank you all so much, I can't wait for the beta, and I look forward to seeing you fellow Guardians on the frontier.